Hello, hello, welcome. How is everybody? Hopefully you're all doing fine. Let me know if you can hear me okay, and we'll crack on. Joshy, hello mate, how are you? Xavier, good evening. Steve Amos, hello mate, how are you? Shreds, Jonah's in the house. Oscar's there, g'day Oscar. Steve, legend, hello Starlight. Oscar saying there's no moon tonight, so it should be very clear. Yes, it is clear as it's going to get in downtown Sydney anyway. As clear as it's going to get in downtown Sydney anyway. Hello Shona, how are you? Yeah, Starlight Shimmery saying hello Kurt, I can hear you well, just looked outside, it's a stunning clear night and Sydney, Jupiter bright in the sky. Actually, I should check to see. I wonder if I can actually share. I might be able to share something with you as well. We can go and have a look. Give me a sec. I'm going to set something up in the background. Which direction is Jupiter? Starlight Shimmery. Ooh, okay, here we go. Let me just see if I can fix something here. There we go. No. I'll make it smaller so we don't take over the screen. Shona's in Perth, Penrith, out in the Riff. G'day, Shona. Doing well, Steve. Oh, Shona's saying I've got a different voice tonight. Okay, yeah, I'm not rocking the plane spotting setup, I guess. So maybe it's a little bit different. Is the music too loud, by the way, or is it okay? Let me know and I can turn it up or down depending on whatever it's supposed to be at. Valerie Carstens, hi Kurt, new in your channel tonight all the way from South Africa. Wow, how'd you land on my channel from South Africa? That's awesome. How are you? Starlight Shimmery saying it's near Orion. Okay, so Orion is Oh yeah, there it is. Center screen. Okay, hello, there's Jupiter. We can go and have a look at Jupiter. Alex Taberi's in the house. G'day, Alex. Shona saying the music's good. Music's a bit loud, says Steve. Oh, is it? All right, hang on, I'll turn it down a bit. Yeah, that might be a bit better. So there's would be nice and bright out there today actually. Just trying to see where it is. Okay, so there's north. So it's almost transiting north at the moment. Orion Nebula is up here. Has already transited. There's the Horsehead Nebula. And there's the beautiful Orion Nebula. Magic. Yeah, so Oscar, I'm planning on doing some nebulosity tonight with the Carina Nebula, which was akin to the name of the live show tonight. So I've already set up the rig. Now, just full transparency, I am shooting tonight from my suburban home in Sydney. So light pollution tonight is going to be rampant. to say the least, but that's okay. We're going to give it a crack, and we've got a light pollution filter, and also full transparency. There are people sleeping at home, so I'm not going to be yelling on tonight's live show. We have a light pollution filter in the telescope train, so. That will help battle some of the light pollution that we're currently seeing. But this is just here now. This is the live view, looking out from the telescope at the moment in a roughly a southeasterly direction from where we are in Sydney. So if I was to show you where we're going to be looking tonight. So there's north, then you go over to northeast, and then you go to east, then you go to the southeast. We tonight are going to be focusing on the Carina Nebula. The reason why I picked this nebula is it's one of the brightest ones in the southern hemisphere, in the southern sky. And the beauty about it is that we can still get a pretty good image from downtown Sydney. So that's what we're going to do. Steve Hamer's watching from bed. Oh, good on you, mate. That's awesome. That's so cool. There's only a few of us here tonight at the moment. I think there's only about 16 of us, but that's okay. It's a late start, and this is it's only going to be about for an hour or so. And it is already late. It's 1:40 in the morning for those of us that are here in Sydney. So it's not going to be a massively late show, but I'm going to show you around the grounds in just a minute. G'day, Hannahs. How are you, mate? Starlight Shimmery, can we see the nebula with the naked eye? No. Well, Yes and no. You need to go to a dark site and you need to know where to look, and then you can get binoculars and then you can see the sort of like the clump of stars. So, for example, you see how it's pink or showing pink or red. You can't see the nebulosity with the naked eye, but if you were, for example, if you were in this particular oval, which I'm not tonight, you'd be able to see the clump of stars, and if you have binoculars, you could kind of work out where it is, but it's hard to depict. The good thing is with the telescopes, we've got the night sky's mapped, and we're able to basically tell the telescope where to go based upon its coordinates to the night sky, so it knows where it is at all times. And so I think that's what we're going to do now, to be honest. The telescope I've already pre-positioned to that part of the night sky. Let's do a 10-second photo just to double check that we're in the right spot. So I've just set a 10-second exposure here. I'm going to click the shutter button, and down the bottom you can see it says here in the bottom right hand corner that it's shooting 3 seconds ago, 2 seconds ago. Then it should load up an image fairly quickly, I think. Okay. All right, there we go. Good start. So this tells us that we're in the right part of the sky. Now, you might look at it and sort of go, yeah, but it's not in the middle. It is and it isn't. I've had a look. Let me just actually see if I can go and show you what I'm talking about here. Yeah, I've got it. Okay, so slow up, Kurt. Let's go in a little bit more. Okay, so you can actually see. Oh, okay, so there you go. The red and the blue is where my camera frame is focused on. So I've picked the brightest part of the nebula in sort of each of the corners to sort of frame up what my camera is going to capture. For any of you that are photographers that know anything about focal length, this is about 580 millimeters on on an APS-C camera. About 580 millimeters with an APS-C camera. That's the length that we're zoomed in on. So probably about the same length as some of the camera lenses that people would be carrying around at Sydney Airport to shoot the planes with. So it's quite achievable to take a photo of this nebula in the night sky, given it's the most popular one, given it's attainable with a good focal length as well, and that it's so bright and that you can get it from anywhere around Sydney, even with the night pollution or the light pollution. So I'm just going to check that we're tracking okay. Tracking is going good, so that just means that our telescope is going to stay fixed on this particular part of the night sky. And so it's going to allow me to take a long exposure photo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a run, which is going to build on the image over the next hour. So it's 1:48. We'll go to 3 a.m. and then we'll call it a night. And so what I want to do is I want to take a photo and I want to keep building on it. So it should get amplified as the night goes on, basically. So we've got to set up all the settings to make that happen. And before we do, I'll just take a quick look in the chat just to make sure that we're all still good and the show is still working a-okay. Patricia is here in the UK. She's loving it. Hello, Patricia. How are you? Yes, Oscar, there is a light pollution map as well. Well, now you're testing me. I might actually be able to bring a light pollution map up and show you what a light pollution map looks like. Just to give you an idea Give me 1 second, I'll do that. All right, I'm just waiting for the light pollution map to load up. I'm going to see if I can bring it into the show. Just give me a sec. All right. I think you can all see that now anyway. So, okay, cool. So here is the, oh, we're good. Yeah, here we go. Here's the light pollution map, right? So this is Australia, for example. I'll let it load up, and you can actually see. Look at all. So where it's dark is where there's no light pollution mapping. So you can actually see the coastline quite well. So if we go down to Sydney and we'll have a look. The best places to go out for astrophotography is in these dark areas, in between like the blue, because that's where it's if I click on it, we get a scale rating. That's where it's a Bortle 1. So that's class 1 is the best class out of 10. Darkness, which is great. You go to the blue, it's going to be a 2 or a 3. There you go. Number 3. And then as you go down, for those of you familiar with Sydney Metro, for example, if you're down near Campbelltown, you're already at class 6. So you're already above halfway on the light pollution scale. If you live in Parramatta, you're at class 7. If you're near Sydney Airport, I think it's going to be 9. Is it 8 to 9? Yeah, there you go. I wonder if the shipping container wharves down here, if it's any higher, 8 to 9. Yeah, it looks like now this is a very old map. This is from 2000, but this is 10 years old, right? So you can imagine with urban sprawl, in some of these outer suburbs, obviously Leppington, Austral, out near the new airport, out towards Badgerys Creek, all of that will have increased. Downtown Sydney itself, what is that? Yeah, 8 to 9. Okay, so the highest we get is 8 to 9. So where we're shooting tonight is downtown Sydney. So we're in the worst area for light pollution. You need to be off the coast, or you need to be sort of down in the in the southern highlands, or Kangaroo Valley, or maybe on your way to Bathurst or Lithgow or something like that, to get some really some dark skies out of Sydney. So I hope that makes sense. Shona reckons she's in the red, which is probably about a 4 or a 5. Oscar Blues out of Sydney. Normally, yes. Shout out to Shristi and to Elise. They're in the chat as well. Hello there to the Tankella. Welcome to the show. Oh, Tim Tam. What level is Giroa? Yeah, stand by. Let's go and have a look. Giroa's down south coast, right? Yeah, is that where's the Giroa headland? That's Kiama. Is that Giroa headland there? Gerringong? Is it the Giroa headland? It must be, isn't it? No. Is it? Why does this map not have Giroa headland? Isn't it? Giroa. How's my geography going at the moment? It's horrible. I've lost Giroa. Is Gerringong? Is it here? No. Because they're in Jervis Bay territory, aren't they? Oh, Shoalhaven Heads. Yeah. Oh, there's Giroa, further down. The headland itself, so if you went out there photography at night time, you're in class 3, which is respectable actually. That's not too bad. This is why a lot of people go down to Giroa to capture the southern lights, because if you have a look at the point of Giroa, you can actually go and stand, not on the rocks, but up near here, the little car park. This area here is like reserve land. You can stand there, and you've got a direct view to the south. It's fairly clear without any light pollution in your way, really, to look at the view to the south. That's why a lot of people go there to see the southern lights. So there you go. All right, let's get this. What are we now? 1:56. Right, 1 hour is going to take us to 3 a.m. So let me just set this up. I'm pretty confident with our level of guiding tonight. We can do 5-minute photos. So 5-minute photos is 300 seconds long. Oh, where are we? 300 seconds long is 5 minutes. So that's good. Bin 1. So use the full resolution of the shot. Stack duration. Let's just stack for 1 hour, because that's what we're confirming for. Save each frame while stacking. Yes, no flags, no bias. That's cool. No flags, darks, bias, exposure 1. Okay, cool. Save. Guiding's good enough. We're going to start 4 minutes early. So let's crack on. Let's get on with it. Because then we can do other stuff in the background while that's rocking. Blue dog. There's a wise guy. I wonder if I've got sound effects on this show. Oh, did that work? It does work. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you deserve one of those, Blue Dog. No, this is definitely not. This is Hour of Star Power. That's right. Yeah, how are you, Shristi? Long time no see. I hope you're well. Yes, Coonabarra Brand will have dark skies for sure. Steve Amers wants to know what Adelaide is. Adelaide is... Well, Adelaide's going to be 8 or 9 as well, Steve, if I'm going to be honest with you, mate. It should be. If you're going to... Oh, 7. There you go. So Adelaide City is 7. But it sort of peters out fairly quickly. Like when you go up into the hills, like Adelaide Hills, you've got we got Stirling, Crafers and Harmdorf. On your way to Harmdorf here, look, 3 or 4 probably. Yeah, 4. So there you go. I don't know where you're based, Steve, but you can Google this and go to the map yourself. It's called light pollution map.info. So you can just Google it. You can just Google light pollution map, and it's free. You can go and have a look at it. But yeah. Oh, Blue Dog, doctor's appointment at 8 a.m. Could be struggling for that one. Yeah, no, I'm pulling the pin at 3 as well, because I've got things to do tomorrow morning. So, and tonight's show is really a pop-up, clearly, obviously. I haven't had an opportunity to go out and do plane spotting because I've been busy. I've been busy with work this week, which is good in the lead up to Christmas. And I'm not too sure when I'm going to be able to get out next, but maybe, in the next couple of days, we'll see. But yeah, I had some time tonight where I could go, you know what? It's clear. Let's take advantage of that and have a geeze. Yeah, Shristy, what's going on? Insanely busy. I haven't seen you for ages. We need to catch up. Almost as long as not seeing Elise, to be honest. I keep forgetting what day Elise is going to be back. I've got to check my calendar. All right, this is the countdown that you want to be looking at here, where it says on the right hand side of your screen the seconds is counting down, so we're at 103, 2, 1 seconds, and that's how much time is left on the first exposure that we're capturing tonight of this particular part of the night sky. ETA Carina. Sorry about that. Oscar's on school holidays. How good's that? I remember over school holidays over summer, we used to get like 6 weeks of school holidays or more. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was, Steve. It was, crazy times. Very sad. Probably not in the mood to be talking about it tonight, though, but I hope you don't mind. Elise and Blue Dog. I hope everything goes well for you at the doctor tomorrow, Blue Dog, mate. I'll be thinking of you, mate. Right, 10 seconds until we get our first image coming in the door. Here we go. Let's see how quick it takes to load up. Bottom right hand corner will give us an indication of the load time. Jeez, I hope it's going to come through. Oh, yeah, here we go. There we go. 12 megs a second. I think it's about 50 or 60 megabyte photo that drops in. Now, this should be pretty colourful. Boom. Something the night sky prepared for us all earlier. Many, many light years ago. Far out. I mean, just get a load of that. Actually, we could make this a bit bigger. Just give me a sec. There we go. So, what you're looking at there, oh geez, hello, back it out. That is ETA Carina. That's the brightest nebula in our southern night sky. And that's one single 5-minute shot or photo from my telescope on my from my house here in suburban Sydney. And that's what it looks like. Now, the idea is that I just want to check the star sizes. 2.6, I think it was before I started. Yeah, 2.4. Okay, it's come down. It's good. Star sizes are getting a bit better, which is good. So what I like to do is I like to do a check on the average star size across the entire frame. So the telescope, with the temperature outside, the telescope expands and contracts. And what it does when it does that, due to the different temperature, if the temperature rises or decreases throughout the night, it can change the focal point of the optics inside the telescope. And therefore, you could be taking a photo that's out of focus. And so you then have to retrain the telescope to get back into focus. So what I'm doing here is checking the sizes of the stars on my frame all the way around to get an average. And then I can see here it says 2.46. Now, I've done a lot of astrophotography over the last 5 years, and I know on average what a good star size is for downtown Sydney, and 2.2 is on a really clear night with the least amount of atmospheric diffraction. And it can range anywhere from say 2 to 3, and if you're above 3, you're in trouble. I'll take 2.4 without having to refocus the telescope, because we're only going to go for an hour. So I hope that kind of makes a bit of sense. Blue Dog, the iPhone. It's not the 16, mate. It's only the 15. I don't have the 16 yet. And it's the Ultimate Edition 2.0, by the way. Thank you, Starlight Shimmery. I appreciate that. I can't remember if we touched on this nebula when we were out in the dark remote site with my brother on the last Astro stream. I can't remember whether we touched on this nebula, the Carina Nebula. If I showed you, I just honestly I don't remember. But well, here it is in all its glory. And this is one of the easiest objects to photograph from downtown Sydney, because it's so bright and it all just sort of gets soaked onto the camera sensor, which is great. And at least I can be here in the comfort of my home and take photos and still, put on a little cheeky little live stream for an hour or so and talk astrophotography and still see something in the night sky, which is cool. So what we're doing is, I wonder if this will tell us. Normally there is. Oh, okay. So here at the bottom it says that we've stacked 2 images. Oh, and the second one's about to drop. Oh, there it is. I don't know if you saw. Oh, we're gonna have to take a look on the next image. I don't know if you saw that, but the image cleaned up it a little bit in that. If you have a look in these areas down here, you can see between the stars that are a little bit egg-shaped, by the way, and that's just my optics. There's a little bit of grain in the background, and the grain in the background is just thermal noise because it's pretty hot outside at the moment. Well, it says 23, but we can check that. How do I check that now? I check it here with a focuser? No. Yeah, it should be with the focuser. Would I focus? So normally it has the. Where's it? Normally it has the temperature. No, I can't see it. Okay, so the focuser mightn't be plugged in. We don't need it. Or do we? Is it there? I'm just trying to see. In my haste to set up tonight, I didn't check everything because I only looked at what I needed. The focus definitely plugged in because I focused before we started the show. Anyway, I can't tell what the temperature is out there. It's saying it's 23 here, but I think it's a bit warmer. If you have a look down the bottom corner here, my camera is working at 100% to cool the camera to -9 degrees at the moment, but which is 9 degrees below ambient zero. Sorry, not ambient, below zero rather. I think it's normally about 30 degrees below ambient, so that actually tells me 23 is probably around accurate actually. Yeah, Starlight Shimmer saying it's a bit warm to get sleep. Yeah, I think it's going to be like that for the next week. I think in Sydney we're expecting 30 degrees every single day for the next week. There's going to be a bit of rain there, but I think it's like 30 degrees every single day. So Blue Dog, this particular nebula is about 8,500 light years away from Earth. Now, if you can get any grasp on that, you're doing well. I don't have the stats about like how long it would take to get there, but it's 8,500 light years away from Earth. So if I'm looking at Wikipedia, the nebula is one of the largest diffuse nebula in Earth's sky. It's 4 times as large as and even brighter than the famous Orion Nebula. There you go, the Orion Nebula, one of the most popular nebulas in the night sky as well. 4 times, it's bigger than that, 4 times. But the Carina Nebula, which we're looking at now, is much less well known due to its location in the southern sky. That's right, we're always discounted down here, aren't we? All right, 30 seconds. Let's watch and see this one drop in 30 seconds. I'm going to just sort of have a look around in this dusty area here where these sort of, these greens are in these faded areas here to see if we see any cleanup in that dust in about 20 seconds when this image decides to drop in. All right, we'll see the loading symbol come up on the screen first. Did I miss it? I was looking away for a sec. No, here we go. All right, pay close attention if you can, if your screen's that clear. Oh, geez, it's hard to tell. You're really pixel peeping, and probably with the compression going on with YouTube, you're not really going to have much idea, but it is cleaning up a little bit, which is good. And it should be, because what we're doing is we're literally stacking image upon image upon image. And it should improve the quality of the image over the night, which is good. I wonder if this works. Oh, there it is. Blue Dog, mate. Your message is appeared at the top of the screen. How good's that? That's actually the reason why I had this a bit smaller, because there you go. 8,500 light years just down the road, mate. Exactly. Oscar wants some astronomy merch. Yeah, I think we're a long way away from that. Maybe one day. But I appreciate you crazy cats being up this ridiculously late. For those of you who are in Australia watching tonight, just a cheeky little hour get together looking at the night sky. The telescope's doing all the hard work outside in the humidity and the heat, looking up at the night sky while I'm sitting indoors in air conditioning in the comfort of my home in suburban Sydney, downtown Sydney. I'm not at a dark site location tonight, but over summer I do plan at some point to go out to a darker site at some point. Hey, the 10 killer saying Hawaii Observatory has some great shots. Yeah, it does. No doubt. Dark spots up there, really, really high. Up there on their volcanic mountains. No worries, Oscar. Catch you later, mate. Where are you, Starlight Shimmery? Blue Dog. Astronomy merch, a black hoodie with dandruff all over it. Yeah, that's the stars. No, the idea with these live shows is purely just an opportunity to hang out a little bit and to this is my downtime away from work and plane spotting. Now we should get about 10 to 12 images of 5-minute long exposures stacked. And then we'll be able to see how clear the ETA Carina Nebula looks. I mean, it's already looking pretty good. It's not going to improve drastically. It's not like the image is going to be magically clearer or brighter. It's just the quality of the image around where the sort of like the softer parts of the image where the dust is will be defined a little bit. Will be a bit better. Sort of these intricacies down here will come back to me. Oh, we lost our device. Stand by. Reconnecting. Yeah, so some of the intricacies will come back. And it should make for a clearer image by the time we get to editing it. And hopefully... Oh, we've got another image coming in now. Hopefully one day I'll do a show where I can edit the image or show you the completed image from what we captured. Haven't done that yet on the show, so maybe that's something that we could look at doing in the future as well. Steve, we definitely should not have a meet and greet at my place. That's hilarious. I think we can have one at your house, mate. What do you reckon? Would you host it? Yeah, Blue Dog, I don't mind the morning shows when I can get up for them. Like the other night, the other night, whatever it was, it felt like night. But the other morning when we had the Qatar F1 livery, that I only just made that show. I don't know if you caught it, but it was I think it landed at like 20 past 6 or something like that. And I was only there about half an hour before setting up, and then sort of 2 seconds later turned around. I was like, oh my gosh, here it is. Yeah, I don't mind the night. I don't mind the morning shows once I'm out there, but the thing is, it's going to be harder in summer because it gets hot really quick. I like the night shows; they're a little bit cooler. I like not having the sun on me, and we get all the heavy movements going out at night. It's always an exciting show for me, and it's normally at a better time when I'm not usually working or something like that. So. Hello, Valerie's asking, I wonder how is the wind speed up there? You mean up where the nebula is, Valerie? I'm assuming you mean up here, or you mean where I am, or I don't know actually. Yeah, I couldn't answer you. .168 seconds to go on our 5th image coming in, which puts us just under halfway through. Because if we're doing 5-minute images, we'll get 6 in half an hour, and then 6 in the next half an hour. So we're just under halfway through. And tonight's live show was just purely a test, actually, because there's going to be more opportunities where I will be in the same predicament, where I'll be able to be at home and have the telescope outside, and instead of going out to a dark sky location, still setting up a show from home and maybe spending a couple of hours together, doing a couple of different targets. And there's some pretty cool targets available in the night sky during summer over Sydney. So and earlier on too. So none of this 1 through till 5 a.m. or anything like that. So I think if I get in order, we could probably do some shows around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, which is a little bit more respectable for those, in Sydney or on the East Coast. So I hope everyone's got nice plans for next week for Christmas. You all have a safe and wonderful Christmas with your respective families, of course. Good on you, Oscar, mate. Hope you have a nice time with your family. Airline flyer. good evening, or good morning. Depends on where you're coming from. Thank you, the MD11. Yeah, certainly the plan anyway. Looking forward to some good weather, I hope. Hopefully some swimming weather. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. What are we doing? I wonder if... this is the remote application, or the application that I'm using to remote into the telescope, which is outside. It's possible that well, clearly I need to update the app. It's possible the Wi-Fi might drop or something like that, and it pings it. Thank you, Elise. Yeah, I've definitely got some ideas about what to do with the show moving forward if we do some more nighttime shows from home instead of going out to a dark site. The thing about going to a dark site is that it's not so easy, because there's a lot of equipment to take, and it's a long drive. Take all the equipment, then it's a setup. It's sometimes can be like 2 to 3 hours just to get set up, and then adding. Then you put the deck chair up, and then you sit down. Then adding the element of taking additional equipment to facilitate a live stream is okay. I've got the equipment. That's not the issue. But then to set it all up and to get it working, and it's just a cumbersome process. It requires having like a full day the following day to be off, so that you can. Because when you got to pack up. And drive home again, it's a procedure. So a little bit more planning and a little bit more availability for those ones. Whereas doing one from home, having the telescope set up outside is something I can do fairly quickly, and then just looping into the computer here at home is really, really quick. So much more convenient too, sitting down in the air conditioning and being able to walk into the kitchen and grab a lemonade, Yeah, well, look, don't tell me, Blue Dog. I just hope everything's going to be. I hope everything's okay, mate. Starlight saying that Dad used to work midnight shifts up near the freeway exit north of Sydney, and used to see many beautiful celestial. I'm going to say things. Yeah, I've been a massive fan of the night sky since I was a kid. I just remember looking up the stars since I was a little boy, a long time ago, and just being a fan of the night sky. So this is really taking it to the next level. Pun intended. All right, 20 seconds, another image coming in, and that will see us stacked 6 images so far, which is halfway through the plan tonight. It's kind of it's tough looking at an image that's it's static, and this is what it looked like so many millions of years ago. It's as live as we're going to get it. akin to the name of the show, 1 hour with the Carina Nebula, and this is it. I'm just here for a bit of entertainment along the way as well. Okay, waiting for the next image to just drop in, the sixth one, which will be the halfway point, and on time as well, 2:29, almost 2:30 a.m., which is good. Here we go. Beautiful. These are the details that I like to see. I mean, this is going deep. This is going deep. Yeah. Obviously, the more photos or the more images that you capture, all the grain and the dust and the noise that appears in these darker the contrasty areas of the shot will clean up a little bit, and there'll be a little bit more definition around what looks like a little bit of a heart sort of shape here, and I really like to pull out some of the detail and make these sort of edges a little bit sharper and get some more clarity and definition along the edges here. And it almost looks like some of this dust is like 3D in a way, closer than some of these stars in the background. There's just so much detail to explore. I mean, it's clear, but it's not clear. Like, it's a little bit fuzzy. And I mean, just keep in mind where I'm using amateur astrophotography equipment, nothing like a Hubble telescope or anything like that, but pretty cool to be able to take photos of ancient nebulae that is 8,500 light years away from downtown Sydney with a bucket load of light pollution. I mean, look at all these dust lanes here and these clouds. I mean, what is going on up there? Who lives up there? Who's out there? That's what I want to know. All these stars. Is there life somewhere in here? Is there another Earth out there? Who knows? And it just goes on and it goes on and it goes on. I mean, where does it end? The green bits up here is just a artifact from the camera sensor. So not a UFO. These wispy parts here, they're pretty cool. Oh, we're getting some more cloud action down here. There's just stars everywhere. Look at this row of stars here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's also known as the Keyhole Nebula. The big keyhole here. It's kind of, everything is kind of leaning towards the center here, the center of the pictures, the business end of town. There's something definitely going on in here. Someone's having a party in here somewhere. 7th image now coming in right at 2:35 on time. I just realised we've got the countdown here, 21 minutes to go. There we go, 7 done. Cooler is the camera cooler is working at 100% to get this camera to cool down to -10 is the target, but we're only getting to -9.2. We're at 23 degrees, so it's currently cooling at about 32 degrees below ambient temperature, which is about the maximum performance of this particular camera, so I can't be asking much more of it. So it's running at full power at the moment. You see the Carina Nebula has actually climbed a fair bit in the night sky. What can we learn about the Carina Nebula? Some of the objects in the night sky that we might go and have a look at other times is definitely the Rosette Nebula. This is one that we can have a look at. It's like a rose. These are the rose petals. It's called Rosette Nebula. It's got some really cool intricacies. All these little details here are really cool to have a look at. So it's an image that we can go and have a look at one day, and I think, yeah, it actually suits the camera frame quite nicely. That'll work out well. Where's the Orion Nebula and the Horsehead? I think the Horsehead Nebula is going to be one we've got to do, and that'll be an early in the night time. It's sort of showing upside down at the moment, but if I... Oh, looking for a shortcut here. Let's see if I can bring it back. Sort of what yeah, this is a little bit easier for me to look at. This appears to be the right way up now. And there's the horsehead there, you can see that very clearly. Oh, Blue Dog saying, I remember doing a stream a while back, we had Jupiter and all its moons. Maybe I can. With Jupiter and all its moons. A while. Oh, in line. I drew one of your Cisco streams. That was awesome. Oh, when was that? I don't even remember that. I should know. Kind of split up like Latin long on Earth, and is Latin long because that's what we know. Yeah, well, it's only us that made space what it is. Really, it's all human. we don't know otherwise. It mightn't be called the Horsehead Nebula. I mean, when we get there one day and we ask them, they might have a different name for it. I don't know, mate. Oh, that'd be Latin long is just how we've mapped it. So you've got. Let me just have a look here, see if I can bring up. So you can see here on the side, you've got degrees. So we have everything's from your relative position, right? Say looking north, that's 0 degrees. So this hang on. This green line here goes all the way up to, now I should say 0 degrees actually. I think we can't see it because yeah, it does at the top of the page here. It says 0 degrees, and then 355, 350. So depending on how far you zoomed in, it'll give you the actual yeah. So now it goes to 0 degrees, 350, 340. And then our equatorial grid is hours, degrees, and minutes, and that's a little bit tricky for me to explain because I don't understand it properly myself. I know that it pierces through from the South Pole here up in the south sky, and it goes through Earth's center down to the North Pole. So the North Pole being down here, so Polaris is the nearest brightest star to the North Pole. So South Pole up here, and then North Pole down here. Obviously, we don't get to see the North Pole because it's below the northern horizon for us, for example. Oh, there's Andromeda Galaxy. We did see Andromeda Galaxy on the last show. That Marty and I were out in the dark side having a look at. But this is at 8:42 p.m. This is not a current representation of where the sky's at the moment. I'll have to put it back to the time that it is now. Where are we? We are looking at the moment to the eastern part of the sky, because this is where a lot of the action is at the moment. So there's a running Chickamare Nebula down here somewhere. There you go. It's another object that we can go and take a look at. I think it suits nicely within our red camera frame square, so we'll be able to get some vision on that sort of at some point. I don't know, a couple of months hopefully. We're looking at Carina Nebula, definitely Orion, and Horsehead Nebula in where are they up here? Yeah, the Horsehead Nebula, which is currently setting at the moment in the western sky. Orion Nebula, it's always a beauty to go and have a look at. It's, yeah, one of the brightest. Rosette's another good one. Now there is a dolphin. Oh, here goes a seagull nebula. Seagull? Yeah. An upside down seagull. There's head, there's wings. Another one that fits perfectly in our camera frame. There is a dolphin head nebula that I want to try to work out where it is. Oh, there's some really cool colors in here as well. Yeah. Might need a bigger camera for some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm determined to shoot some of these blues and reds. I mean, what's going on here? Massive remnants in the skies. I have photographed this part of the night sky before, but it's been a long time. I think it's time I repaid it a visit. It's actually up at a good time too. Lends itself to starting a little bit earlier in the night, which can sometimes be difficult. Given that I'm a night owl and I like to start things quite late. Starlight Shimmery saying the Rose Nebula is stunning. Yeah, it does look like a rose, and with its petals, I'll definitely. In one night, we could probably do a couple of targets over about a 3-hour period. So definitely another night soon, hopefully. Binks. But then again, they wouldn't know Jar Jar Binks, would they? Oh, jeez. Starlight Shimmy, what do you think of 3D Atlas, Kurt? Some say it's an ancient Senate Explorer. It's closest to Earth this week. Apparently. Okay, let me look. We've got another image about to drop in. This will top it up to about 10. Coming in just a moment's time. So what do you mean? What do I think of 3D Atlas, Kurt? What does that mean? You mean the Stellarium Atlas that I'm looking at? Closest to Earth this week. Let me know what you mean. Yeah, you're probably right, Blue Dog. We're so granular compared to the rest of the universe. Like, I mean, just looking at this nebula here today, it's mind-boggling to think how far away we are. I probably shouldn't do it as quick as I did because I'm so familiar with the application and the night sky. I know where I'm going and what I'm looking for, so I just I'm on autopilot mode, I guess. I should have a little bit more consideration for you guys. Sorry. Starlight Shimmery's enjoying the colours. Yeah, most of the colours come in with reds and pinks because that's the hydrogen alpha light band. I'll see if I can show you a little chart. Okay, so this is what we're doing. This is essentially what we're doing here. What is narrow band imaging? So in normal color imaging, 3 filters, red, green and blue, used to separate the primary colors of the visual spectrum. Red, green and blue filters are designed to approximate the color of the sensitivity of the human eye so the resulting image is true color. Okay, yes, that makes sense. Each of the RGB filters covers approximately 1/3 of the visual spectrum, and the filters overlap slightly so the whole spectrum is detected by the camera. Sometimes a gap between the red and red filters to block a prominent light pollution emission line, as the diagram below shows. Narrowband filters instead capture only a very small part of the light spectrum. So the light spectrum wavelength, as you can see here, it's along the bottom. You can see the wavelength of light and its transmission capacity, right? So we just go for slithers in each of these colours through filters that we put in our telescopes to capture certain colours of light. So this graph here shows what we're out to capture. I wonder if it talks about it here. Hang on. Yeah, narrowband filters captures only a very small part of the spectrum. It's a narrow band pass, only a couple of nanometers, maybe 3 to 5. Yeah, that's correct. There it says there. Band pass of 3 to 5 nanometers through the wavelength of light. Okay, so oxygen 3, hydrogen alpha, sulfur, and what's the other one? The reason why we do that, okay, there's a large class of celestial objects known as emission nebula, which is what we're looking at as well. And their name arises from the fact that they're actually emitting their own light as opposed to reflection nebula, which shine light. So that means this nebula that we're looking at here is emitting its own light, and that's likely from the stars here at the center of at the core of this nebula. These really bright ones here. These ones are what's emitting most of the light. So this is an emission nebula rather than a reflection nebula. Where's our here we go. Now the Orion Nebula, which is a very popular one, the Lagoon Nebula. Oh, it's another one we could look at. In winter, Swan Nebula are 3 common examples of emission nebula. Sure. Let's add the Carina Nebula in there as well. So what all these nebulas have in common is they're composed of gases, and these gases are emitting light. The atoms within the gas are being exited by energy from nearby stars. There you go. Either the stars forming within the nebula, as in the Orion, or by the remnant of the dead central star in a planetary nebula like the Ring Nebula. So there you go. So it's the stars or dead stars that are still emitting light. They could be dead, but we don't know about it, but we're still seeing their light. So the light is still travelling to us from a long time ago. It was hydrogen beta is the blue line in the 486 nanometer line. Yeah, 486, 450, 486, the hydrogen beta. Okay, cool. O3HBHA sulfur 2. So we capture 2 lines of data in the red spectrum, one in the green or just between, and then one in the blue. So here we go. The 2 commonmost elements contributing to emission lines are hydrogen and oxygen. Other elements such as sulfur and nitrogen also create prominent lines. Yeah, but they're a bit darker. So this is their where they appear on the wavelength of light scale. Yeah, definitely the most dominant emission line in a star-forming region such as the Orion Nebula is called hydrogen alpha, which is our reds and our pinks. Oh wow, the basis for nuclear fusion that powers stars. There you go. H alpha is the red part of the spectrum and contributes to the overwhelming red color of most nebulae as seen in a normal RGB image. And essentially that's what we're doing because my camera is an RGB camera. So I'm focusing on hydrogen alpha to capture that onto an RGB camera. These are the other wavelengths of light. Sulfur 2, nitrogen 2. The advantage of narrowband imaging. The primary advantage of narrowband imaging is the ability to detect more detail and the ability to image from light polluted areas, which is what we're doing today. And we're using filters that let us slither like a very small narrow band of light through. The filters don't pass all of the light emitted by most of the street lights, or the moonlight for that matter. The moon's down at the moment anyway. It's a new moon, so it's on the other side of the Earth. Actually, it's hiding on the other side of the Earth from the sun, so there's no light on the moon at this point in time. In 2 weeks, it'll be back. Also, narrowband images isolate the light given off by specific kind of gases, so the images are so scientifically interested in. Okay, So Nebula, okay. This is since the filters let through starlit image take a much longer and hence more detailed exposure without blooming the brighter stars inside the picture. Okay, cool. So, well, what it's saying is our filters, the filters that I'm using at the moment, is focusing on oxygen 3, which is the green line here, and then the H alpha. So there's mostly red in my shot, and a little bit of green. So mostly red, and then around the edges you're getting a little bit of green, even though it's appearing as a bit of blue green. And the camera has the filter, and the filter is blocking a lot of the light, and so it's blocking a lot of the light pollution, which is a lot of the light which is outside of the narrow band of red. So at 650 nanometers, we've got the HA, and that's where my filter is. But it's not letting in all of this part here. There's a no entry sign there. So all this is not coming into my camera. So I'm not getting the full wavelength of light from these colors onto my camera sensor, which is great, which means it allows me to take a photo for a lot longer period of time without overexposing the image, which is brilliant. So I don't know if that makes any sense to any of you, but it does to me. So Blue Dog saying, I studied spectrum management in my army days at striking from visible light to what is really out there, and we have some smart cookies that have discovered ways to measure the lot. Yeah, and I mean we have a light spectrum which goes from one end to the other, and all of our colours are fit within that light spectrum. And what we do is we filter certain parts of the light spectrum to bring those photons onto our camera, based upon what colour is emitted from the gas that we know that's out there. Thank you, Starlight Shimmery. Oi, Mr. Alex Alejandro is in the house. Look out, here he is. We must be close to almost our last image. I think we might be finished. Yeah, we stacked 10 images. So there we go, we're done. What's the time? Must be 2:58, one minute to go before 3 a.m. And we started just before 2 a.m, so we're right on time. How about it? Well, that's the image that we captured tonight, ladies and gentlemen. She's a beauty. So Alex saying it's the reflection of stars that have exploded or turned into themselves a black hole, and the gas emitted from them is still seen, but possible millions of years later. That's correct. Yeah, it's exactly what I said. Good to see you here, Alex. This time of the evening or the morning. Hey, this was fun. This was cool. I hope you've all enjoyed your hour with the Carina Nebula, and me, of course. a bit of a late night or an early morning shenanigan pop-up astronomy live show. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. But I was just actually using this opportunity to just test to see if this format would work for me, setting up the telescope outside here in Sydney, coming inside, sitting in the air conditioning with a flavoured beverage and doing it from the comfort of my home computer. And I don't know about you, but this is something that I could get used to doing a little bit more often. you can actually see where we left the camera square here. The obviously the sky is moving, and had moved out of frame just on my star map. I'm just going to take a look to see if there's anything that we can move the telescope to before we decide to call it a night. Oh, the Pinwheel Galaxy. Not too easy to be seen in the light polluted night, unfortunately. What about in the east up here? I think most of this good stuff is gone. And I don't get a view of the north and the west from where my telescope is at the moment, so I have to stick to southern targets. One that we can go and have a look at though, is there any star clusters nearby? It would be cool to see a star cluster before we go to bed, hey? Let's have a look to see if we've got a star cluster. Oh, stop it. What are we? Charlie 80 is the code. I think, oh geez, I hope it's above the buildings. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and see if we can go see a star cluster. What do you reckon? You guys down for that? Okay, so the telescope is now moving. I hope the star cluster is not behind the buildings. I hope it's high enough that we get a bit of vision on it. Fingers crossed. Oh, I think it is. I think we're good. Starlight shimmery. No, I've got some things to do a little bit later than Blue Dog, but I don't want to go another hour, maybe another 20 minutes or so. But you know me. Yeah, Blue Dog, yeah. So, yeah, I'll explain Blue Dog's question here coming up. Sorry if that music's a bit loud. I'll turn it down. Looks like it's taking forever. Oh, it is there. Let's take a 5-second shot and see if we can just get this. This is Alpha Centauri. This is an amazing star cluster. Let's just see if we're in the right spot here. Oh, we're not. All right. Stand by. Let's solve this part of the night sky if we can. Okay, what's going on here? Let's just stop our guiding for a second. Let's try and understand what are we doing here. Oh, no, okay, so we are in cancel. So we are here. Okay, cool. Is it right in the middle of the... It is too. Telescope is put it right in the middle. How good's that? Okay, so let's get some guiding going. Brilliant. Happy days. Okay, so Blue Dog saying, do you have an auto follow or whatever they're called? Yeah, so it's called an auto guider. So I've got 2 telescopes. Well, I've got one telescope, but I've got two tubes. So big tube, which is basically 500 or 600 mils long, which is the main imaging tube. And then piggybacked on top of that is a smaller tube, about half the size, with another small camera, and that's the guide camera. And the guide camera's focal length is 280 millimeters, and its job is purely to look at the night sky, pick these stars, and keep both axes, the RA, the right ascension, and the declination axis, together as close as possible. And these are minuscule movements that the telescope is doing. The equatorial telescope is doing to basically glue itself to a particular part of the night sky that I've told it to go to. And so you have a guide camera. So that allows you to take long exposure photos without the stars star trailing and without it being blurry, for example. So that's why I always have the guide camera going in the background on any particular part of the night sky. So let's just do another live stack for 20 minutes, and then we'll call it a night. How about that? I like 5. Let's do 20 minutes. We'll do 4 shots. We'll confirm that. Save that. Let's crack on. Let's go. You don't know me. Sunny 23 UK. Hello. How are you? Thanks for tuning into the Astronomy live show. I appreciate you hanging out. Oh, Blue Dog's got the curlews screaming. Yeah, it's a bit early. 3 a.m. Yeah, I know. All good. Right, so we're doing a couple of shots on the Alpha Centauri. Let's have a look. Was it Charlie 80, wasn't it? All right, so it's a globular cluster. Oh, geez, wow, look at that. Okay, so at the moment, from where I am, it rises at 8:25 p.m. in the evening, and it will set at 2:45 p.m. That's cool. We have a little article here. Here we go. It's a globular cluster in the constellation of Centaurus. It was first identified as a non-stellar object by Edmund Halley in 1677. Wow, that's a lot further away than the Carina Nebula, Blue Dog. Oh, wow, there you go. It's the largest known globular cluster in the Milky Way. 10 million stars. Whee. Look at us. Here we are all learning about Omega Centauri. I don't know. I would hazard a guess guess that all of the regular night owls like Gemma and Katarina and Suzanne are all and Christy are all well asleep. I actually don't even know if they know much about the Astronomy Channel. To be honest, I can't remember if they've watched the show in the past. I'm not sure. Let's go and learn a little bit more about the Carina Nebula. We were just on. Carina is up here. Here we go. I'm learning about all the Okay, so the Carina Nebula the ETA Carina Nebula, categorized, also known as the Great Carina, is a large complex area of bright and dark nebulosity in the constellation Carina. Sagittarius, arm of the Milky Way galaxy, the nebula is approximately 8,500 light years rather from Earth. There you go. And that looks very similar to the... Well, that's not the Carina Nebula, that's the Andromeda galaxy. That's Carina Nebula. That's Andromeda I'm doing in this collection. So these are obviously amateur photos. They look very similar to, not the blue one, but they look very similar to mine. Purely an amateur. Okay, so I think we've got an image coming in because we're down already to 280 seconds. So we must have one image coming in. Or did I miss it? No, it's coming in now. Here we go. This is a 5-minute image on Omega Centauri. Let's 5-minute image. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so the connection to the scope is clearly... Oh, it's picked up now. It's slowing down a bit, so... Blue dot. Yeah, here we go. Oh, nice. Wow. 10 million stars. That is actually really pretty. It's got some nice color, actually. Look, in full transparency, can anyone tell me why it's got a little bit of orangey red to it? I know, but I wonder whether anyone was paying attention about half an hour ago. Oh, good on you, Oscar. What a legend. No, but you're not far off when you by mentioning hydrogen though. Okay, so think about the image train, as in think about the telescope that I'm using and what filter I'm using. So I was using, well, I am still using because I haven't gone out and changed it, but I'm using a narrowband filter which is focusing on two bands of color on the wavelength of light, which is the hydrogen alpha and the oxygen 3, which is the red and the blue. Now, when when you shoot, when I say shoot, when you image or when you photograph stars, you should do them in RGB, so in red, green, blue, and give the stars the full spectrum of colour. And sorry, Blue Dog, this is the first time I've ever tested anyone on an astronomy show, so it's new for me too, mate. Don't worry, I'm learning as we go. Obviously, I've got to make it interactive, you see. But because I've got a filter in there, I'm still the filter that I had in there was planned for the Carina Nebula, so we're anticipating shooting Nebula. I've just moved to a different part of the night sky, but I'm still going to be picking up the hydrogen in the sky. So you should really shoot stars in their RGB full broad spectrum wavelength of colour without a filter over the top, because they don't emit hydrogen alpha. Obviously the light is still coming through onto the camera sensor, but it's being tinted by the filter. So if there's a night that we focus on one of these star clusters properly, it'll be done with a clear filter, like an IR filter, and which just cuts out the IR light, infrared light. Steve Amers wants to see Pluto. I don't know if Pluto's up. I don't know. Can we see Pluto? No, we can't see Pluto. Sorry, Steve. It's underground, mate. Yeah. So this is our ground level here, and Pluto is down here. If we took the ground away, and mate, we're never seeing Pluto. I mean, that's a long way away. Yeah, Pluto is a long way away. There it is. I'll tell you what, the tunes at 3 a.m. are on point. Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, it might be a bit loud, eh? Sorry about that. Where's the sun? Yeah, we can check out the sun actually. That'll be rising in the east. It'll be just below. Yeah. Okay. So there it is. So there's the ground at the moment, and there's the sun. So 3:20, and obviously it will rise 5 a.m. Let's have a look to see when the sun is rising. Yeah, it'll be risen by 6 a.m. already, and there it is. No, we don't. There you go. You can actually see the moon is on. Yeah, okay, so it's really close to the sun at the moment. So, and Venus is close to the sun at the moment as well. Okay, cool. Wow, and Mercury. So that's why we can't see the moon at the moment. It's a slither because the sun is shining. So basically the moon is between Earth and the sun at the moment, and we're only getting a little slither of it. What do we got? Mercury. What else is around here? Venus. Yeah, Venus is right near the sun, so we can't see that at the moment. Sun's too bright. That's a really interesting part of the sky. 7 a.m. there's no astrophotography going on at that point of the day. Ah, yes. Sun was shining bright at 4:30. Needed a blackout curtains for sure. All right, we've stacked 2 images. We're 60 seconds away from one more image. That'll make 3. And then we'll have one more image after that. And then at 3:30, we are out the door. Hey, Alex, do you dabble at all? Have you got a telescope at all? Do you get to do any astrophotography or? All right, here comes the third image. It is clearing up some of this area around here, but you really need to spend about 5 hours on these images, 5 to 10 hours to get, we are touching the surface. This is purely just for fun and to show you what's out there and what it looks like. Nebula, we were just on Carina, prominent light pollution emission line as the diagram below shows. Narrowband filters instead capture only a very probably not, Steve. I don't have any plans. I don't have any plans for channel membership or anything like that. So we've just kicked off the final image tonight. It's about 4 minutes left. What's an AU again? Earth to the sun. How's it calculated? I don't know, mate. Yeah, we're a long way from a lot of things, but then a lot of things are a long way from us too. It's all relative. Oh, Alex, I used to when I was a teenager. I had a teacher who was right into it, and we'd go camping. Oh yeah, Duke of Edinburgh, and we had a few telescopes we'd use. Ah, yeah. Cool. You should come out one night. I'm sure you'd love it. Yeah, I was thinking about bringing the telescope one night to like Sheps Mound and have it planted on the moon one particular night, or something that we could like a proper real close up, closer than what I would normally get with the regular nighttime camera on the plane spotting show. But I'll think about it. I mean, it's not the best to take any night shots in downtown Sydney, but the moon is a different story. It's a different beast. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Blue Dog, we are tiny, mate. Hey, thanks everyone for coming along and enjoying a bit of astronomy tonight, or this morning, whichever way you look at it, or this afternoon. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. Sorry the music was a bit loud. I didn't realise. I'll fix that for next time. And I hope you enjoyed your 1 hour with the Carina Nebula and your 20 minutes with Omega Centauri star cluster, the biggest in the Milky Way, which is slowly building on screen as we speak. I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna pack a few things up, and I'll catch you on another astronomy show sometime soon. And for those of you who watch the plane spotting channel, hopefully I get to see you in the maybe start of next week or something like that. We'll see how we go. Yeah, good on you, Blue Dog. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, mate. Good on you, Steve. And Starlight Shimmery and Alex. And thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit. It was good fun to do a bit of a test and just to see if this is, see if it works. And, I'll always learn a few things to make the next show a little bit better and but more interesting, but and maybe a bit earlier for people. Also, so I don't have to whisper so much at night time. Hey, it's been a lot of fun, but it's 3:30, so I'm out. Enjoy your sleep or enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you very soon. All right, have a good night. Bye bye. left on the first week in our